Namaste, welcome to the guidance classes for the Group 1 services examination conducted by the TSAT. As you know that current affairs is one of the area of 13 concepts of the syllabi of Group 1 syllabi. You know that there is national issues, international issues. Among all these, so international issues also plays a vital role in the examination. So, today we are going to discuss about the international issues and what are the things happens around the world. Okay. So, recently the Germany fleet of hydrogen powered passenger trains. So, means its hydrogen power based passenger trains was introduced at Germany. The Germany recently launched the world's first fleet of hydrogen powered passenger train to replace 15 diesel trains running on non-electrified tracks in the state of Lower Saxony. The new trains are equipped with a hydrogen tank and fuel cells on the roof and will produce electricity by combining water and hydrogen. The company revealed that the excess of energy produced will be stored in an ion lithium batteries. The green trains can travel 600 miles, means nearly 1000 kilometers, and a maximum speed of 140 kilometer per hour or 87 meter per hour on a single tank of hydrogen, thus similar to the range of diesel trains. So, recently the Germany developed hydrogen powered based passenger trains. So, it is actually it is a replacement of diesel trains here. In this train we have a hydrogen tank and cells, there is a hydrogen cells also there. So, these new trains with the hydrogen tank and fuel cells, we call it as a fuel cells, they produce the electricity by combining water and hydrogen. This is the mechanism in the hydrogen cells here. So, hydrogen tank will be there. So, their hydrogen and water will be combined. So, the excess of generated electricity will be stored in that. And as you know, we call it as these trains are green trains, and it can travel nearly 600 miles, means around 1000 kilometers, and a maximum speed of 140 kilometer per hour or if you want to say 87 meter per second also in a single tank of hydrogen, very similar to the range of diesel trains. This is a new achievement and new replacement of diesel trains by the hydrogen powered trains which was introduced in Germany. So, it comes under the science and technology as you know it, and it is a very useful. So, after this introduction they are running successfully. So, most probably in future the hydrogen powered trains will place a vital role in the transportation. Okay. Now, the Panplus strategy. So, the Panplus strategy, recently Africa adopted a Panplus strategy at the 72nd session of the Regional Committee of the United Nations World Health Organization, that of course that is WHO, held in Lome, Togo. Panplus is basically a regional strategy to address serious non-communicable diseases at first level referral health facilities. This strategy supports capacity building of district hospitals and other first class referral facilities for early diagnosis and management of serious non-communicable diseases, resulting in reduction in the mortality. So, this Panplus strategy means here it is a regional strategy for the health purpose. So, the World Health Organization, especially this recently Africa is non-communicable diseases, they will identify and they will identify the medicine also, and so it reduces the mortality of these non-communicable diseases. So, district hospitals will recognize and will give the cure for this non-communicable diseases. So, means this Panplus strategy is nothing but it is a grouping of a regional committee. So, means these African countries will be gathered in one place and they will work as together, and these non-communicable diseases cannot be extended. So, that is the main aim of it, and it was supported by World Health Organization. So, this is called a Panplus strategy. So, most probably so we can expect the question will come on this Panplus strategy. The Panplus strategy is a regional committee for reduction of the mortality of non-communicable diseases. Clear? So, you have to understand this. Now, as you know it, recently longest ever drought happens in China. The China is facing its biggest drought ever. So, drought was carried, of course, dried up rivers and affected power generation at hydroelectric power plants. There is a darkness in small and big cities due to no electricity. After 64 years, the China faced the longest summer, and as a result, the 𝗬𝗪𝗔𝗧, the longest river in the Asia, which is the largest river in China, has dried up. The drying up of the 𝗬𝗪𝗔𝗧 has caused water shortages in the dams and affected hydroelectric power, leaving large cities and small towns facing power crisis. So, this is one of the important phenomena happens in China. Recently, China is affected by long summer. This long summer causes the drying of the total rivers. 𝗬𝗪𝗔𝗧 is one of the longest river, biggest river in the China. It is the longest river in Asia also. This was dried up due to dry up of this river. So, due to scarcity of water, the hydroelectric power stations is not working. So, most of the parts of the China is suffering with the lack of power. So, most of the cities and towns in the China in dark. So, these things happens recently in China. So, maybe this is also a very important phenomena happens as international issues, the longest ever drought in China because of long summer. So, this is one more important phenomena. Okay. Portugal, as you know that this is European Union is the fastest aging country. So, Portugal, the country is Portugal is the country, it becomes as the European Union's the fastest aging country. So, I will give the details about this. According to the study published by the contemporary Portugal database, Data, the elderly population in Portugal has tripled in the past 3 decades, and it currently registers 182 elderly people for every 100 young people, making it the European Union has the largest population. There has been a rapidly growing population and old country. Comparing this data in 1990 figures, at the time the Portugal registers 66 elderly people for 100 youths. So, that is a difference of recently the country Portugal in the European Union becomes the fast aging country. So, when you compare with 1990 and now here, at the time there are 66 elderly people out of 100 young. Now, it becomes as 182 elderly people out of 100 young. Means you can understand that is a region. So, here rapidly growing population in the old country. So, it leads the Portugal in the European Union, which the country which has fastest aging country. So, this also very important phenomena. So, you have to concentrate on this. The Portugal country is the fastest aging country in the European Union. So, when you compare with the 1996 and now 2020 statistics, at the time 1990s it is just 66 elderly people among 100 young people. Now it becomes as 182. That is important phenomenon. Okay. Now, we have to discuss about the important on the gender base. The Singapore to end ban on gay sex. So, Singapore Prime Minister 𝗧𝗧 𝗧𝗧 recently announced that it would be decriminalize the same sex means gay sex between men by scrapping a colonial era law protection the definition of the marriage. Prior to this, under Singapore section 377A, men who have sex with a man could be jailed for up to 2 years. Previously, for gay sex people will be jailed for 2 years according to the Singapore's criminal section 377A. The LGBT activities in Singapore have hailed the move as a win for humanity. So, this is a very important. Recently, the Singapore Prime Minister 𝗧𝗧 𝗧𝗧 announced that decriminalize the same sex or gay sex. So, now gay sex is not a criminalized action. So, that will be accepted in the Singapore because of there is a move for a win for the humanity. So, this happens in the Singapore to end the ban on gay sex. Okay. Now, recently as you know that this is a very important phenomena happens in science and technology area, that is NASA moon landing sites for 𝗧𝗦𝗔𝗧 𝗚𝗫 mission, third mission, that is a very important. NASA is in full preparation to send astronauts to moon once again. This US space agency is currently focusing on the launch of its Artemis-1 rocket, which is scheduled to be launched on August 29, 2022. So, this rocket is moved to the launch pad for the final preparation. So, this Artemis program is an international human space flight program funded by the US government. The main objective of this program is to launch manned mission to the South Pole region of the moon by 2024. So, the NASA is planned to send a manned mission to South Pole on the moon, South Pole of the moon by 2024. So, that is a full preparation to send the astronauts on the moon. The US space agency, as you know that is a NASA, is focused on the launch of its Artemis-1 rocket, which is scheduled to be launched August 29th, 2022. Okay. Artemis program is international human space flight program funded by the US government. This is also very important. So, which program is an international human space flight program means you have to say Artemis program is an international human space flight program funded by the US government. This is a manned mission. So, you have to understand. So, they want to send the men for the South Pole of the moon and the target is in 2024. At the end of 2024, they are planning to send a manned mission to the South Pole of the moon. Okay. And one more important thing happened recently. There is a war between the Ukraine and Russia. So, US military package is provided to the Ukraine. The United States has announced a US dollars 775 million US dollars for military aid package in line with its promise to provide all possible help to Ukraine in the Ukraine-Russia war. This assistance will include additional arms, munitions and equipment. The aid package also include 1,500 anti-tank missiles, 1000 Javelin missiles, and an undisclosed number of high-speed anti-radiation or HARM missiles that target radar system. So, these are the things included in the aid package. Recently, everyone knows it, there is a war between Ukraine and Russia. So, America promised to the Ukraine to provide military package nearly $775 million to support the Ukraine as they promised. In this package, there are nearly 1500 anti-tank missiles, that is a very important, nearly 1000 Javelin missiles, and undisclosed, because they do not want to say the exact number of high speed anti-radiation or HARM missiles, how many missiles they are sending, it is not mentioned in that package, that but 1500 anti-tank missiles, that is the first one, and 1000 Javelin missiles also given. So, this is the military package provided by the US government to the Ukraine. Recently, it happens in the current affairs, that is, you can get international issues. And the very important thing is China funding CPEC reduced by 56%. CPEC, here CPEC means China Pakistan Economic Corridor, CPEC. So, there is a support, a financial support to, especially for Pakistan. This CPEC means China Pakistan Economic Corridor. So, this China Pakistan Economic Corridor will be reduced to 56% by the China. In first half of 2022, China's funding in Pakistan for China Pakistan Economic Corridor, which is familiar as a CPEC, had reduced by around 56% in the first half of 2022. Other countries like Russia, Egypt and Sri Lanka also witnessed a reduction by 100% in BRA engagement as compared to first half of 2021. The CPEC project is running from Gwadar port in Pakistan to Kashgar city in Xinjiang, China. So, as this is a very important happens, our neighbor country. So, Pakistan is getting a financial support from the China as a package, that is China Pakistan Economic Corridor, and this financial funding by the China in on project, that is CPEC China Pakistan Economic Corridor. So, will be reduced to 56%. So, that financial economic support from the China is reduced to 56%. Like this reduction for other countries like nearly 100% for like Egypt and Sri Lanka, this reduction will be 100%, but for Pakistan it is reduced to 56%. This is one more important phenomena, international issue happens in the world. Okay. And the very important thing is the geographical issue, that is lower water levels in Reine River. Reine River, or you can pronounce as a Reine also. The unusual hot and dry weather, water levels in the Reine River have lowered down. The lower water level is making it difficult for vessels to navigate through critical European shipping route when fully loaded. The Reine River is an important shipping route for economy because it is a major route from the products like grains to chemicals and coals. The river flows from Swiss Alps to North Sea through German industrial heartlands. So, this is an important phenomena happens due to dry weather, hot summer. So, the Reine River was dried up. This is a main channel, where grains, chemicals and coals will transported transfer from Swiss Alps to North Sea. So, this that's one of the reason, and the lower water level is making it's very difficult for vessels to navigate through this critical European shipping route. This actually Reine River will be considered as a critical European shipping route, which is generally fully laden, which transports the chemicals, the grains and coal products. So, when the Reine River is dried up, so it is very difficult to transport these things here. This is a major thing happens because of hot summer and dry weather. And the very important thing comes in the appointments, that is William Ruto. William Ruto, the Kenya's next president. The William Samuel Arap Ruto, who has been the deputy president of Kenya since 2013, won the presidential elections against Raila Odinga. He won by 50.49% of the votes. On the other hand, Odinga received 48.85% of votes. He will take an oath of allegiance to the constitution. Oath will be administered by the Chief Justice of Kenya within 14 days of his win. So, this is another change in the administration, that is who worked as a deputy president of Kenya since 2013, that William Samuel Arap Ruto will be elected, of course is elected as the president of Kenya by 50.49%. Previously the president is Raila Odinga. So, Raila Odinga is the previous one. He got only just 48.85%, means approximately more than 1.5% margin votes. This Ruto, Samuel Arap Ruto, elected as the president of Kenya by margin of 1.5% of votes on the Raila Odinga. And this Samuel Arap Ruto is previously worked as a deputy president of Kenya from 2013. This is a major change in that. Now, one more thing happens. The World Health Organization new name for monkeypox variant. So, it is given because the mutation of the monkeypox variant. So, the World Health Organization named this monkeypox variants with a new name. So, recently the World Health Organization rechristened the variants of monkeypox virus that are currently in circulation. It was done to avoid any cultural or social offense. The monkeypox variant has been renamed as 𝗪𝐻𝗻, 𝗂𝐴 and 𝗂𝐵. So, this is a very important thing here. You have to notify that the monkeypox virus is renamed as 𝗪𝐻𝗻, 𝗪𝐻2A and 𝗪𝐻2B. The monkeypox virus is renamed by the World Health Organization as 𝗪𝐻𝗻, 𝗪𝐻2A and 𝗪𝐻2B. The former Congo Basin, that is Congo Basin means Central Africa, clade has been renamed as 𝗪𝐻1, while the former West African clade has been renamed as 𝗪𝐻2, and 𝗪𝐻2 also comprise two subclades. This former Congo Basin clade has been renamed as 𝗪𝐻1, and while former West African clade has been renamed as 𝗪𝐻2. This is an important phenomena that monkeypox virus is renamed as 𝗪𝐻1, 𝗪𝐻2A, 𝗪𝐻2B. Okay. So, this is a very important change. The monkeypox virus is renamed as World Health Organization as 𝗪𝗪𝗏, 𝗪𝗪𝗐𝐴, 𝗪𝗪𝗐𝐵. Okay. And there is a important partnership between Japan and IMD on climate changes. The India Meteorological Department, IMD, has partnered with the government of Japan and United Nations Development Program UNDP on climate change. They have launched an initiative to hasten climate action across 10 states and union territories in India. The initiative will extend support to the nationality determined contribution, that is NDCs. NDC means nationally determined contribution. In a bid to achieve net zero emissions, it will also ensure climate resilient development. So, this is a very important phenomena happens in the understanding between Japan and India. The India Meteorological Department, that is called IMD, as partnered with the government of Japan and United Nations Development Program UNDP for the climate change. So, the main aim of this one is to achieve net zero emission concept. So, that means IMD, Japan and UNDP collaboratively take a partnership to maintain net zero emission. This is the thing happens between the agreement between Japan and India, that is with IMD. IMD means here India Meteorological Department and UNDP, United Nations Development Program. So, a collaboration happens to maintain net zero emission. Okay. And the very important thing is August 12th will be considered as International Youth Day. The International Youth Day is observed every year on August 12th. The day celebrates the contribution of today's youth in development of society. It also calls out against injustice faced by the youth across the world, considering that youth are leaders of tomorrow. Everyone knows it. Youth are leaders of tomorrow and they have potential to bring huge changes in the society. So, that is a very important thing here. Everyone knows it. Youth are the leaders of tomorrow, correct? So, when the youth are potential, courage, definitely they will bring the changes in the society. For that reason, on August 12th every year we are going to celebrate as International Youth Day. So, that is a thing here, and that different kinds of programs is going to conduct. The very important change is Trans-Himalayan Multi-Dimensional Connectivity Network. The China and Nepal recently gave their consent to construct Trans-Himalayan Multi-Dimensional Connectivity Network. The China will also give a grant assistance of USD 118 million to Nepal to undertake several projects in 2022. The highlights of this China-Nepal agreement: under the agreement, China will finance the feasibility study of a China-Nepal cross-border railway. Experts from China will visit to Nepal to surveys in 2022. The Trans-Himalayan Multi-Dimensional Connectivity Network will be constructed under Belt and Road Initiative of China. Under it, and railway and communication networks will be constructed. So, there is a understanding between China and Nepal for Himalayan multi-dimensional connectivity network. This is also very important thing happens here. Under this agreement, the China will finance the feasibility for study of China-Nepal cross-border railway. These are the things happens in international wise. So, these are the different international issues, some more. So, definitely prepare all these international issues in point of your examination, that will help you to score the maximum. Thank you.